Hello everyone, welcome back to Blacksmith Studios. My name is Jack and today we will be discussing the rumours and my theories on Sony's rebooted Spider-Man universe. Now, as many people are aware, Sony made a deal with Marvel Studios, allowing for Spider-Man to be placed in the MCU. This was back before Captain America Civil War. Now, with this deal and with all Spider-Man projects being more out of Sony's control, Sony decided their grand idea of making their own Spider-Man universe, utilizing only Spider-Man villains, starting with Venom in 2018. The Venom franchise saw 3 movies, all of which had mixed reviews, but in general were pretty good movies. I enjoyed all of them, to be honest. However, with the other movies within this universe, Morbius, Madam Web, and Craven, they were not as well received. These movies were poor quality. Regardless of your opinion of the movies, they were poorly made, with poor writing, use of effects, and ADR. Now, I'm usually extremely positive when it comes to movies. I am. I love movies. I will watch anything and I will have something good to say about it. Even if it was, not all movies are bad objectively. It kind of depends on opinion. Morbius, I enjoyed. I did enjoy Morbius. And I wouldn't say it was a bad movie. But objectively speaking, there were points of those movies, such as Craven and Madam Web, which I enjoyed some aspects of. In an objective view, they were very poorly made movies, which is a shame, as they all had potential, but clearly fell short. Now that Sony have announced that they will no longer be continuing with their universe, fans have been wondering if and when they will try again with their universe. And Sony has had good success with the Spider-Verse films, and with the new Spider-Man Noir film on the way, it seemed that Sony clearly got a bit too distracted and wanted to focus on those before starting another universe. But we were wrong. We were very, very wrong. These are only rumours, of course, so please take with a grain of salt. But rumours have suggested that after Marvel Studios releases Avengers Secret Wars, Sony will use that as an opportunity to restart their Marvel universe and start learning from their mistakes, hopefully. I believe that there has been a change in management at Sony Pictures, and it is through this that many people believe is the reason that Sony will begin their Spider-Man universe again, this time with a fresh perspective. It seems that Sony will be having their own Spider-Man as the head of their Spider-Man universe. This is likely another attempt at achieving their vision that they had for the Amazing Spider-Man's universe. But while the MCU will have Peter Parker, Sony Spider-Man will be Miles Morales. Now, there have been many rumors and theories of Miles joining the events of Avengers Secret Wars, and whilst these still may be true, we may not see Miles Morales in the MCU afterwards. Instead, Miles will be dropped into his own cinematic universe. Now, for me, this is good and bad, okay? There's always positives and negatives. Let's go through both, really. Bad because it makes the likelihood of Miles joining the MCU fall, or at least be delayed for a very long time. But it is good, as Sony will now have full control over their live-action cinematic universe again, hopefully more akin to the Raimiverse and Webverse rather than their own little Venomverse, as I call it. And this time, Miles will be the head of this universe, and he'll have his own stories, his own villains, and this will provide a fresh and interesting take for Sony's next and hopefully final attempt at doing their own Spider-Man universe. If Miles is in Avengers Secret Wars, and it is the same Miles that will be in Sony's new Spider-Verse, then he could have been inspired by Tom Holland's Spider-Man and carry on his lessons when he becomes the main Spider-Man of his universe. The extent to how Sony are planning to go with this is unclear, but if Sony do learn their lesson and have an actual Spider-Man at the front of their universe, then that Spider-Man being Miles Morales, I think Sony have a good shot at creating some fresh, new, and interesting stories. So long as they hire the right people to work on it, and oh God, Lord and Miller, the people behind the Spider-Verse, should be the heads of this new universe as their own little Kevin Feige. Talking away from the script now. I don't want this. I don't. I think Miles Morales. I think Sony have had their chance. I think Sony definitely, and I know a lot of people will disagree, Sony should keep the rights to Spider-Man. They have created some great content with Spider-Man. We wouldn't have had the Spider-Verse movies. We wouldn't have had the Spider-Man game. I think Sony, you can use the Spider-Man character in the right way, but for the live-action movies, the people behind it have not actually been doing it, okay? I believe one of the heads at Sony, when Madam Web released, he said that it wasn't a bad movie. Now, I've seen some terrible movies. I've seen some really, really bad movies, but I've always found something good. Madam Web, I couldn't, okay? And when I can't find anything good about it, it makes me sad, okay? There are some aspects that I enjoyed, I will admit. And I was excited for Madam Web, but you can't deny that the effects, the writing, the ADR, the use of ADR basically made some scenes look dubbed. It was not good. It was objectively bad. As a moviegoer, it's not like people are already hating on Captain America: Brave New World, saying it's mid, it's this, it's that. But it's not going to be an objectively bad movie. All movies have an opinion. But there are some movies out there which are poorly made, and they are either purposely poorly made, their budget restraints make it poorly made, or they do it by accident. You know, some films are purposely made. I watched a film called Killer Piñata. That was definitely poorly made on purpose. Sometimes you see an indie film and they can't help it because they haven't got the budget. But Sony have no excuse to make a film like Madam Web the way it was. It had a low budget and it was poorly made. And that is a shame. And I'm always really positive about movies. I'm always really positive about Marvel movies. I've been on the fence of, I've always been on that pedestal of Marvel aren't going to do anything wrong. They're not going to do anything bad. They're going to go through Avengers Secret Wars and people are going to go, wow, Marvel are back again. You know, it's pointless going back and forth. I trust Marvel. I trust many studios with certain IPs. I do not trust Sony with Spider-Man, especially in the live-action movie capacity. I am scared for Spider-Man Noir. I'm really looking forward to Beyond the Spider-Verse because the good people behind it who love the character. And if I'm honest, I think Marvel and Sony need to come to an agreement where Miles Morales joins the MCU so that we could see Miles be the star Spider-Man after Tom Holland's Peter Parker dies. Because Tom Holland's looking to retire. He's getting engaged. He said once he has kids, that's it. He's done. So let's give him that way out by killing off his character in a beautiful way and letting Miles Morales take over and be inspired by Tom Holland's Peter Parker, cementing him as a great Spider-Man in history. Okay? That's my personal thoughts. I've looked away from my script saying all that. I hope that people agree. But thank you all for listening. So please comment down below your thoughts on what I've said. Do you think Sony should just give up? Or would you like to see a Miles Morales universe? Personally, Sony could just make a new Spider-Man. If they aren't contractually obligated to not include their own Spider-Man, if they're forced out of it and they can't make their own Spider-Man, then fine. But if they can, bring someone new to the table. Bring anyone new and start their own universe again. I'm fine with that. Just don't affect the MCU. If you like this video, then please like and subscribe for more content like this. And hey, if you like Spider-Man, we are doing a Spider-Man King in Black pitch, which I'm very excited to share with you. It's all written, it's recorded, and it's almost done editing. But I want to get to 500 subscribers first. So, subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you all again so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.